Hiya, cats and kittens! Welcome back to I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-looking good dating simulator. We last left off as we got invited to the home of Colonel. We wore his jacket, we told him we were cold, and we showed him our coleslaw. So far, I think we got this in the bag. He is holding a gorgeous plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here is a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he is waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? Yes, of course we're the perfect match. How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to the cookery? Flatter him. Of course. See? Look, little hearts! Yay! We're doing great! You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eyes as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotions and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. No, zombie, wrong choice. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been so desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Miriam, I have to tell you, I spent the night at the Colonel's. Sure, but... You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I had been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, sure, I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house as if that's a thing people just say? What is that even referring to? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her the whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. Oh no. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they are picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fast. Because you know he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hee. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get whatever swirly dipped into. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There is that horse Colonel Sanders rides to on school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? Ugh. You've got some nerve, Zombikittie, suggesting that I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever! Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are too close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone ready for the final day of school? Zombikittie, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Zombikittie. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Zombikittie. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Wow, is that a book? It looks like it's bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Looks like a book of spells. I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it wasn't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of pages. I could use this spell here, and it'll erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. What's going on? Wait. That is way too drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. No! You take your friend's advice, and you put the book away. It's almost time for class. Even Borgle told us not to! Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want all of you to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Is he hungry or is he... Oh, he's mad. You reach into your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper up like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not too much in this world satisfies the ungraded work. My, Zombikittie, were you studying something with cinnamon? I have been sitting on lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings an important point. Thank you, Zombikittie, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom, you see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class! But I miss you! We went on one date, Pop. How can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away again. That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop? I I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble, I got yelled at by my pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house. Pop, we went on one date, we're over. And it meant so much to me that I made this for you. That looks yummy. Too hurt to go on arguing. Pop leaves his creation behind and runs out the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead, the final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there is a very beautiful soul in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up to Colonel Sanders Stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? Of course we are. I'm just saying that so you, don't get mad at me. Of course not. Well, maybe but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clink or anyone else you met today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you were prep talking, Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants-off Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through the quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Zombikittie's famous chicken pot pie, which will go great with the KFC menu. After practicing for months making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven, but as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. I can tell by all the floating cherry blossoms in the air, because apparently he has his own theme when he walks and graces us with his presence. Zombikittie, what are you doing in here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were in here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. Why? I thought I made all the great decisions. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires. But that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practices, of course. See? More hearts. Okay, you've got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust, and my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Ah no, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it probably started burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. I'm not a Popeye fan, so this whole imagery of food is not appetizing to me. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his love in herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. What? Hey, what? Chicken that levitates? Oh my god. I love that word. Egg wash. It means washed, but it's just how Southerners say wash where it comes out wash. I have a manager who's from Texas and she says it all the time. She's like, I gotta go wash my clothes. I'm just like, I love it. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster! Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the trays with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clink gets on it. Oh my god, look at him, he's so cutely angry. 5 dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. It's the first time he's used words? Because it usually isn't like... Exactly what I just thought. Wait, when did Clink learn to speak English? Oh, look at his cute little face. It's the singularity as it was foretold. We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Solve this. Van Van quickly unplugs Clink and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No! Do it the hard way! Oh, come on! Don't we remember Borgo? He used to be a dog, and now he's a spork monster because of evil magic. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Zombikittie. Miriam notices too.
Aww.
And I've always believed in you, Zombikittie, since we were little kids, because I am your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Oh no. Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient! However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up, and where in the world did she ever get Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I! Steve, the spork monster! Steve, wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We spark monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I say you're doing pretty all right. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition? I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve. I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscrossed some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in the pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spark pup back in the old country. You can feel the spork monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. Understand? It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactic class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. I'm afraid. I don't want to use the magic book. But we're not giving up and dropping out. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as a culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Zombikittie, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring. You interrupted my inspiring. Oh my god, inspiring. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their whole entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you are powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and you can't be served. But don't worry, dear Zombikittie, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up towards your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy! Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you have ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students! He looks so angry lately. Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Clank? From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing as how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in the UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks? Pranks? Clink? Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there is none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged. I guess we'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been one long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, it's good for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made... Oh, that is so... Oh, that looks so scrumptious. How does she get it that small? How do the tiny cook people get their food to look this adorable? Tender udon noodles in savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto maki I spy afloat in its itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkle carefully snips around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anybody else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll just enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a hug. Thank you, Zombikittie, for helping me to believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one of the type of urchins with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did. A bit much is my kind of brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to smith the uni, but he can't get his nose closed on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Oh. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this! Keep poking my tongue! Disqualified! A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified? For glamour? Don't discount the what? Don't discount simplicity. Oh. Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a blow of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. It's fine, do all you can so you could taste our most delicious food ever. And then us and Colonel Sanders will ride off into the sunset with his stallion. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with a French meringue and connected by sugar glass, which honestly looks like a freaking deliciousness that you would pay $100 for. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I asked you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and I meant it to be a display piece. Don't eat food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Zombikittie? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it's beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it, too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard, you might disrupt the sugar spiral. If food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley as she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice like everyone else. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. Two chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. Oh, it's that thing. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Bump. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It is so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. What? You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. The mac and cheese bowl's not a thing, right? That has to be like this has to be something about them unveiling something new. Because I know there's the bowl, but I didn't think it was mac and cheese. Google it. Yeah, it was called the True KFC. It's the KFC famous bowl where it's mashed potatoes, corn, and chicken with cheese and gravy. So this has to be the new dish. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. That's what they chose to come to graduation in? For a moment you actually believed them. Not another haunting. No ghost at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the spork monster. He has totally mellowed out. Are we sure it's not Steve? Is this Borko or Steve? This is neither. It's Party Monster. Or his new name, Party... Where's Borko and Steve? Like, what's going on? I want Borko back, and I swear this has to be Steve, because I swear Borko was different. Everyone, the spork monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone's too wrapped up in talking to Party Monster. Dejected, the student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef hat a crown? Welcome back, Pop! I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Ariel, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events. An offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. Twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. How many more 3-day universities can there really be? If universities were 3 days to attend, everyone would have 100 degrees. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie doke. Oh, okie doke. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clink, who's arrived late to the dance. You still speak English. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clink. I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens and Clink disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Of course, you could tell by the cherry blossoms. Whoa! Him dressed down and he's still hot. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. And it's all the stuff. It's the It's everything we made. He stole our coleslaw recipe and he stole our mashed potatoes. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? Question mark? Question mark? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sander finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Zombikittie, what are you doing sitting alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It's truly my lucky day. Would you care to dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Zombikittie. How sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school, you, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef. Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at a pastry school. Oh, my dear Zombikittie, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually, and along the way you'll have me by your side. The end. Was there a second ending to that? I'm so lost. But either way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am Zombikittie. Thank you and have a good night. I wish this was sponsored by KFC.